All right, people of the internet, I hope that you're enjoying this episode very much. And I just had a break to tell you about my new book. You know, everybody says that there is no job, and that is true. Also, that was me 10 years ago. The problem is that everybody is trying to get a job in their town, in their city, in their marketplace. They ask friends for jobs, mothers call uncles, uncles call brothers, but there are no jobs. Let me tell you what no one is telling you. Jobs migrated online. What I actually mean is there are many jobs around the world and there is no one to do them except you. I work for Americans myself. I work for Europeans. I work for the Chinese. I work for the Australians. I work for the Canadians. And so, because I have done so much for myself, I said to myself, you know what? I should compile what I've been doing for the last 15 years. So in 2024, I wrote a digital book called Goldmine 18 Hustles for Africans. And then in 2025, AI came. People say AI is taking away our jobs. And for me, I'm going to say false. There are actually AI jobs. Jobs are not being taken by AI, but there are new jobs online that are there because of AI. Now, mimi ni nani? I created more jobs. And for now, in my new book, we have 25 online and offline jobs that you can leverage on if you do not have a job. So in this powerful volume 2, I share 25 new actionable online hustles specifically researched and tailored for Africans. My new book provides clear step-by-step guidance drawing from my extensive experience and research, including the mistakes I've made and lessons I've learned over the 15 years that I have worked online. So, what can you do online? You can become an executive assistant for busy folks in Europe, America, Canada, and get paid for tasks like watching videos and taking online surveys. Okay? You can build a lot of things. Build a business as a virtual assistant, start an e-commerce shop without capital, be an affiliate marketer, or you can also become actually an English tutor and tens of AI jobs. If you have a job, that is fine. But I also know that you can buy this book for that brother, for that sister, for that mother, for that cousin, for that husband who is watching Netflix all day at home. Buy it for your friend who is always asking for cash. You know that friend. Now, all the information is on the description below. You can also inbox me, you can WhatsApp me, or go to my website, which is jagero.co.ke. All right. Hello there, people of the internet. My name is Jagero, and this is Political Headache coming to you live at around 7:30 p.m. Odhiambo was not around. I had to wait for him because it was raining cats and dogs. My father used to say it's raining cats and dogs.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
Do you know where that comes from?
No.
It comes from Britain and the Western world, because initially, in about 17th or 16th century, cats and dogs used to be on the roofs because the roofs were grass thatched or the other thatching. In a Kazile Mazera, it was basically organic thatching.
Yeah.
And then so when it will rain, the cats and dogs will not stay up there. They will run and come down. So they will run from the roofs. That's why I would say.
How many cats were they?
So many cats. Cats basically love living in warmer places. So they would rain down cats and dogs. So the people say, "Oh, it's raining cats and dogs."
Oh, it's raining cats and dogs?
Yeah.
All right, that is good. There is something, there is a house in Nairobi, a very nice house. And I don't know whether it's Odhiambo's grandfather who lives there. A very nice house. It sits on a circular drive, surrounded by manicured lawns, armed guards, and the kind of silence that only money or power can buy. That house just got 17 billion budget. 17 billion shillings. More than the White House back in America, more than the German, residents in Germany, more than the presidential palaces of Nigeria, Tanzania, and Portugal, all combined. So, people of the internet, welcome to Political Headache. I want to discuss with Odhiambo, who is an apologist of Mr. Ruto, and I want to ask him why this is happening. I'm your host, and today we are going to dive deep into a number that should disturb every Kenyan. taxpayer. Let's start with the facts, because the facts alone are enough to give you a headache. Okay? The fact alone are enough to give you a headache, people of the internet. At the beginning of the 2025-2026 financial year, that is July 2025, the National Assembly had approved a budget of 8.5 billion for State House. And even that figure alone should be able to tell you something. What exactly is State House doing with money? Okay? Because that's already a significant number, but it is a number that the people agreed to, right? Mm-hmm. That is the number that the people agreed to, Ms. Odhiambo. It was debated, argued over, and passed. Then something happened. By February 2026, barely 8 months into the financial year, that figure had doubled to 16.9 billion. Mm-hmm. How? Through a constitutional provision called Article 223. This, Odhiambo, you have to remember that this is an emergency clause. It is not meant for buying sweets. It's not meant for buying shining shoes. It's not meant for anything. It was designed for genuine crisis, droughts, floods, pandemics, situations where lives are at stake. And there is simply no time to wait for parliamentary approval. Kama ile ya Nyanza. Saidia!
State emergencies,
Yeah, but here is the scandal hiding in plain sight. State House has spent through its entire budget by September 2025. Meaning, Ruto was given about 9 billion by around July. By September, he had blown it off. All of it. Like how do you spend 3 months? He had blown it. 3 months into 12-month financial year, Ruto had blown that entire budget. And instead of going to Parliament to explain and justify, the National Treasury quietly approved an additional 4.5 billion through Article 223. It then kept disbursing more on December 15th, December 16th, December 22nd, December 23rd, January 16th. Yani, this guy is just taking money using gunia from the treasury. And he's not explaining why he's taking the money. Okay? And that culminated in him taking money on February 11th, 2026. 6 separate disbursements, totaling to 4.4 billion just in the final round alone. The Controller of Budget, Dr. Margaret Nyakango, raised the alarm. The Parliament Budget Office raised the alarm. And budgets... You know what I don't understand, and you're going to tell me this. Why is it that the Auditor General and the Budget Controller are never in the pocket of the President? Because they are the one always pulling away. Why do you think so? Before I go on, I want you to answer that question. Because
their offices are structured to be like that. They have to be giving reports. And so the reports cannot be cooked reports. The reports must be objective.
But they work for the government. I poke and give cooked reports to the president.
Well, that's not how our democracy is structured. Yeah.
Anyway, let me go on. These people, they all said the same thing. This spending pace is sustainable. Remember, Odhiambo, something very interesting, that by the time Ruto was getting his money for 2025, 2027, all right?
2025, 2026.
Yes, 2025, 2026. The only money he had in his hand that he could use was 400 billion. 400 billion, that the only money he could use.
400 billion?
Yes, less than, for the entire country, less than the money that was allocated for education. And then he blew 8-point-something billion in 3 months. Okay? Mm. Now, these people all say the same thing. This spending pace is sustainable. It threatens to deplete the budget media, and it undermines the credibility of the entire national budget. One PBO analyst, speaking anonymously, was blunt, and I'm quoting him here. He said, continuous abuse of Article 223 runs the risk of discrediting the budget. Now you might ask, okay, maybe State House has legitimate operational costs, right?
Yeah.
You have to go to that. And I'm going to give you ample time to talk about you are excited about the cyber crimes bill and so on and so forth. What does State House actually do? Because that should lay the reason. That should tell us what is actually happening. Officially, State House performs two functions. One, coordination of State House function, running the actual institution of the presidency, staff, security, operations, and maintenance. Two, administering statutory benefits for retired presidents. Hapa ndo Kibaki ananyoa.
Kibaki siku hizi hayuko.
But kuna kwa familia.
Uhuru, it's done.
They give.
Once you die, it's gone.
Really?
Yeah. That's why there was even a shock today when we saw the office of Raila Odinga being allocated 58 million.
The office of Raila Odinga was given 58 million in this budget?
In the coming budget for 2026-2027.
Which office?
That's the question.
That's the question.
Yeah.
Obviously, the deputy presidents are also given something from this kitty. That's it. Those are the two mandates, Mr. Odhiambo. So let's look at how money was being spent in just the first quarter of this financial year from the president. The coordination function had already consumed 4.7 billion shillings, 4.5 billion recurrent, 235 million on development. The retired president's benefits allocated 452 million, spent 50 million. Okay? Are you tired of me talking about this story?
No, you talk.
Okay.
Why are you afraid?
But the bulk of the bulk of the explosion of this money, the jump from 8.5 billion to 16.9 billion has been attributed to, quote, enhancement of operations and maintenance. Operations and maintenance. What rings a bell when you hear operation and enhancement? It is cutting grass.
Operation no. Operation and maintenance is very operation and maintenance is very huge. It runs from personal emoluments, transport, logistics, hostings. It's too huge.
He knew was coming. He knew that was coming.
Finish what you're saying, then you ask me questions.
So all this money was never debated, people of the internet. It was approved in the quiet bureaucratic corridors of the National Treasury using a constitutional provision meant for agencies. Now, here is where this gets truly uncomfortable, Mr. Odhiambo. Not just embarrassing, globally embarrassing. Say that after me, please. Globally embarrassing. Say that after me. Say that after me.
I'm not a conformist.
Let me read you. Let me read you the comparison table compiled by the National Newsflex from the official budget backs across several countries. All right? So, that one is missing. I don't know where it is.
You know that the government is around.
They have deleted my thing, brother. No. It is there. Let me read it for you. I have to get it. How is it not there? Obunga. Obunga, you deleted this thing. I'm gonna find it now. Okay, I found it. People of the internet. I think Odhiambo asked Obunga to delete it. I found it. Kenya is leading at number 1 across the world in terms of State House, or White House, or whatever you call it around the world is concerned. It is sitting pretty at number 1. A third country sitting pretty at number 1, 17 billion it is using, followed by France, one of the biggest economies in the world, at 18 billion. Then followed by Uganda. Uganda at 17 billion. Then USA is coming below Uganda and Kenya at 10 billion. Algeria, 9 billion. South Africa, 8 billion. Germany, 7 billion. Nigeria, 3 billion. Portugal, 3 billion. Tanzania, 2 billion. Odhiambo.
Yes.
This is atrocious. And I want to ask the people of the internet, let that sink in. A lower middle income country is spending more to run its state house than the United States of America spends to run the White House. More than Germany, Europe's biggest economy. Okay? Now, Odhiambo, I don't know what you are going to say to this, because I thought you were going to say that this is okay. What is going on with Ruto? Why is Ruto having such a big mouth, taking Kenyans' money like this in broad day? What is the problem? Now it is your time. Shall we go to the political? Shall we go to the political temperature? And then you
Please.
can come back to this.
Yes.
Okay, let's go to the political temperature.
Yeah, thank you very much. I mean, it's interesting. Of course, what you are just talked about is concerning. But of course, we are going to also say that which you have not said.
Okay.
Because it's fair also to communicate what is and not selective representation like you've done. I think you've omitted a lot of stuff, and that is the perfect example of lazy journalism that you're experiencing in Kenya today. and that must be called out.
Lazy journalism.
Yes, I'm coming back to you. You wait there. Let's pack it.
Okay, let's pack it.
So let's look at what's happening in the country.
Okay.
Today we had some interesting things going on. Of course, yesterday I did mention that Justin Muturi had talked about the ghost polling stations. Today he actually went to court and he sought the court injunction that IBC should not proceed with any other activity unless and until we have these issues or these ghost polling stations confirmed, or until we have the gazettement of these polling stations.
Odhiambo.
So he's making this thing very real, and is making it a topic for the weekend. You're about to hear it in Migori tomorrow or Sunday. I don't know when Edwin Sifuna will be in Migori, but you're about to hear it.
He's going to Migori.
Of course, he's going to Migori. You're about to hear it there, and also you're about to hear it as they also go to Meru. They're in Meru, I think, today and tomorrow. You're about to hear everything else inside there about these ghost polling stations. And that means they're pointing already to the credibility of IEBC. I thought, genuinely, that we were past the pointing fingers to IEBC's credibility. Because once we attack the referee, then the legitimacy of the election is already questioned. And 2027 should not head that direction. But unfortunately, or fortunately, that we are lucky we have a democracy. We headed that direction. Two, there's something huge for everybody in Kenya. You remember when we were in Mombasa with you, we did discuss about the passing of the cyber crimes and computer misuse act.
Let's get back to this issue of Muturi. My problem with Muturi, I was speaking to some lawyers today, and Muturi is going to give the courts a very hard work because they have no fallback in law. They don't know how they are going to help Muturi with this issue.
How so? Because
there is nowhere IEBC is compelled to publish the register.
Of course, but is it something that is substantial? It is something that's substantial in the public interest, and so the courts are allowed to act in public interest and to expedite hearings in the public interest, because these are small issues.
A lawyer told me that what Muturi can ask, what the lawyers representing Muturi can do is to ask the court to open the server.
Which server? And
why? The server has the what is it called? Has the polling stations embedded. They are uploaded over there.
Well, what Muturi can do is to request the court to compel IEBC, or to ask IEBC to give access to the servers for an audit, an independent audit by the political parties. That's the best that the courts can do. Otherwise, the courts can ask IEBC, direct IEBC, to help Muturi if Muturi seeks for an order to go and audit, okay? Or the court can suggest, it could be a legal opinion, can suggest that can we have you guys give an audit and report to the court of your polling stations, gazetted polling stations. Yeah, because if there are ghost schools, and these schools are also the polling stations. So this thing is, Jagero, we have ghost schools.
And it will be very interesting in what the lawyers for Muturi are going to say, because do you think the courts can ask, the lawyers for IEBC can ask Muturi, where is your suspicion coming from?
Of course. And one of the strongest suspicion is to say we have had schools, ghost schools, which are being financed, which are receiving capitation from the Ministry of Education. And it's these same schools that we normally use as polling stations. So how many more schools could be existing? That could be... It's a very strong case. It's a very strong case. That means we could start from the Ministry of Education. We need to know how many schools actually exist. Because there are phantom schools which are always receiving capitation from the state, but they actually don't exist. We've seen them whenever they are blown on TV. We always see it. And that implies that there could be something else going on. There could be something else going on, yeah. So it's It could go either way. I'm not a lawyer. We leave it to
people of the internet. This is a story that we're going to be following
with a lot of interest
until we know where it is going.
Yeah.
Yes, you're saying something about Mombasa. It was actually Nakuru.
What about Mombasa?
Cybercrime.
Yes, we were in Mombasa with you.
We were in Nakuru.
No, we were in Mombasa. You're forgetting. Obunga can't remember. We were in Mombasa, and we even had an interview about it. You remember, by the poolside, when we were talking about the cyber crimes.
Yes.
In Mombasa, pale kwa ile nyumba, ile mzuri.
Yes.
So, of course, somebody went to court, and it headed to the courts of appeal. And the courts of appeal today has declared the fake news law as unconstitutional.
I love it. This is what Ruto wanted to crucify us with.
Most journalists and most bloggers and most podcasters, etc.
You know what?
This section 21 to section 23.
As far as this is concerned, probably you can just give context to this law.
Of course, so this law was put in place to help manage the cyberspace, and especially issues to do with the cybercrime, but also computer misuse. Computer misuse is always one of those phony or draconian management rules or laws that are always thrown around when the government wants to control the online space. I remember in 2016, I was once taken in for questioning for writing something under something called the misuse of a computer device. It was something that was there in 1997, 1998. Yes. And later on, when I was taken before court, it was declared unconstitutional by Justice Mumbi Ngugi. I remember that case very well. My case was case number 23 of 2016, and was thrown out. So I know this thing is always used to do that. So Section 22 and Section 23 of the Computer Misuse and Cybercrimes Act are now no longer constitutional. So you cannot charge anybody with writing fake news or talking about fake news or writing something that is not true. Yeah, because it's freedom of speech. Yeah.
If you allow me, can I read for them what it was before?
Yes.
So Section 22 said that it was about false publications. A person who intentionally publishes false, misleading, or fictitious data or misinforms with intent that the data shall be considered or acted upon as authentic, with or without financial gain, commits an offense, and shall on conviction be liable to a fine exceeding 5 million shillings or to imprisonment of a term not exceeding 2 years. Okay? And then Section 23 said a person who knowingly publishes false information in electronic form that is calculated or results in A, panic, chaos or violence among citizens of the Republic, or B, discrediting the reputation of a person, commits an offense and shall on conviction be liable to a fine not exceeding 5 million shillings to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 10 years or both. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the two of them are out. So now you cannot be charged for fake news.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, what is fake news? It's a political class kind of propaganda of discrediting news to be fake. Because if it's in doubt, then it remains very ambiguous. And that's why
very ambiguous.
Yeah, and that's why it has to be.
Do you have the exact judgment?
I don't have the exact judgment.
I can read for you the exact judgment, which is very interesting. It speaks to what you're saying already.
Go ahead.
In its judgment, the appellate court emphasized that criminalizing speech demands precise legal language. Okay? It criticized the disputed sections for relying on undefined terms such as false, misleading, panic, chaos, warning that such vagueness could enable arbitrary enforcement against routine online commentary, like the one we are doing.
Yeah.
When we say that the house on the hill is a plundering, then they can say, that is going to cause panic, eh?
That is misinformation. That is fake news. Yeah.
The lack of clear definitions delegates excessive discretion to authorities in determining criminal conduct, the court observed. Can I read more? Just one more?
Yeah.
If the intention of the legislature was to criminalize the genre of speech prohibited in Article 33, Section 2 of the Constitution, then we are of the view that the impunged provisions as drafted have not succeeded in achieving that purpose. Okay? We therefore find that sections 22 and 23 of the Act have failed to pass constitutional muster, said the judges. Go ahead, Mr. Odhiambo.
Very good. Yeah, so that is water under the bridge now. the prosecutors.
They cannot go to the.
You can go and appeal if you want to, but you lose. It's already unconstitutional. You go ahead to Koapa. Yeah, we are free. Freedom.
Odhiambo, what I must also say in as far as this law is concerned.
Yeah.
If this law was targeting people, people like, for example, our friend has undergone a lot of cyberbullying. Our friend, I can actually say her name, Sebi. Yeah. Sebi Cox has undergone a lot of cyberbullying, and it has affected her for a long time.
Yeah,
and she has really cried foul why the authorities are not doing anything about it. And there are genuine people that have been really harassed online. I think.
Yeah.
The problem now with this law is that it puts everybody in one house. So if you are really harassing Sebi, then you'll be put in that house, which is okay. But although somebody who is just doing a commentary or has reposted or has shared something scandalous that Odhiambo shared, just sharing it will amount to you'll be caught by this law. So I think that is not cool, and therefore I think that the legislature can actually go back and relook at this law, and specify the language properly.
I think it's under there is the law of defamation. I think that's either 34, 33 of the Constitution.
Yes,
it is very clear on what libel amounts to and what defamation amounts to. Whatever this law was trying to achieve was limiting speech. Whatever 33 and 34 speaks about is not limiting of speech. It's actually enhancing speech, but also criminalizing defamation and libel. And it's very specific on what defamation is about. It's also very specific on what libel is about. Unless you have, like whatever they're doing to our friend Sebi, I think that is clear defamation. And has been going for quite some time. Because people are interested a lot in, of course, she's quite a celebrity, and people are interested in following her life, but in most of the instances, they do go overboard, and sometimes they misrepresent whatever they imagine to be the truth. And in several occasions, she has sought to take legal actions against some. I know she has taken legal action against quite a number of people.
How did that go?
It's just that they've not been very publicized. But she's given a lot of demand letters, I know, to quite a number of people, and that is a deterrent. Because once you start that direction, then also you'll find that she's not a very easy person that you can just punch through. But I agree with you. So many people will be entrapped if this law was left to exist as it was. And now, being that it's expunged, we still have a very strong ground that if somebody defames you, then you can proceed to court and seek for the court's remedies in terms of having these people brought to book, and you get your fair share of compensation.
Okay.
Now, that underscored, today as well, we had, I think it was yesterday, that Parliament passed the National Infrastructure Fund that sought to raise 5 trillion shillings.
They passed the Infrastructure Fund?
National Infrastructure Fund. This is a fund that the president was intending or is intending to raise money that will then go into financing capital projects like roads, stadia, etc. Those very big things that do not need to pass the budget through Parliament throughout, because now we're having serious budget constraints. And it's important that that National Infrastructure Fund was established. And yes, it has been established. And of course, almost simultaneously...
Do you like it?
Well, there are countries that have it, so I don't know about it much, but I'm willing to see what it has to bring. I love alternative thinking. I love people who are quite disruptive, because normally we've been told, budget haiko, but they're private investors who are willing to put in their money much. And if you remember, I've said here before that we have people who have a lot of money that they've taken from the country, Kenya. And these people need to bring back that money somehow. So if there's an infrastructure of how that money can be brought back, without us going the longer route of the legal process to repatriate that money, and it still achieves the end, which is developing the nation, then so be it. We have other private investors who are willing to put in their money through that thing we call build, operate, and transfer, who are willing to do something like that. We also have the government that is interested in doing something different, doing things differently. I don't know exactly how they intend to run this fund, but I'm willing to see. So I saw that National Infrastructure Fund bill that was passed, and as I was saying, simultaneously this morning, the High Court also lifted orders that had been blocking the establishment of this fund.
Lifted orders.
Yes, it was almost simultaneous because this bill was passed, then the High Court lifted those orders. That now then, if the president loves, then by tomorrow morning, it could be signed into law, and then it moves to action immediately. Okay, we can have a whole episode to discuss it. I'll also be interested to find out what are the nitty-gritties of this National Infrastructure Fund. But as you can see, Talanta Stadium is being built without money from the budget. It's nowhere in the budget, but Talanta Stadium is up. We're having Mau Rironi Summit Road being built without money from the budget being touched.
Yeah.
And those are interesting designs of doing projects, because initially we're like, oh, wait for next year, wait for the next financial year, there's no budget, wait for next 20 years, wait for next 10 years. Similarly now, you can say, let it be done, and it is being done.
Yeah,
and
but a lot of Kenyans have a problem with that fund in the way it has been set up.
What are they saying? What will be the issue?
So number one is the lack of transparency in how the money is used.
But the money is not even
Many
here yet.
infrastructure funds collect billions in taxes and levies, yet public reporting on how the money is spent often remains thin, because they are not going to put this money in the national treasury. It's a fund. Where is it domiciled?
Which means it's a fund that's going to have independent directors.
What do you mean by independent directors?
It's a fund. It's like National Health Insurance Fund. It's going to have a CEO. It's going to have a board. It's going to have a CEO. The board has chairman, members. I mean, it's not going to be like normal budget.
It is like which other funds?
National Health Insurance Fund. We have
National Health Insurance Fund.
like the one we used to have. Okay,
so like SHA.
Like SHA.
Okay.
Like we have this NSSF. National Social Security Fund.
Okay.
Okay, it's like any other fund that the country has.
But where is the money going to come from? Because
course,
we know where the money from for SHA is coming from. It's coming from people who are contributing.
Yeah.
It's also coming from the people that are salaried.
Yeah.
NSSF is coming from people who are looking to proper retirement.
Yeah.
They're contributing towards that cause.
But also,
so who is contributing
but
this?
But also NSSF also gains from capital investments that NSSF has made. Okay, like NSSF gives money to build projects like housing, like national housing. You're seeing majority of them were actually built by funds such as the LAP Fund, NSSF, etc. Right? Then now, this fund, of course, will come from levies. Part of it will come from levies that will be levied on, let's say, road, like the petroleum levy. Road users, it's called road users levy or something. That thing.
But the road maintenance levy goes to the national treasury.
So it could be changed. That's what I'm saying. We need to find out more about this fund.
And this levy
I'm not very clear about the fund.
Price of fuel.
Yes,
Every liter purchased in Kenya carries a charge meant for road maintenance. The figure rose over time and reached actually 25 shillings per liter.
So it will. I suspect highly it will be redirected to this fund.
You are lying.
I suspect highly. I suspect. I'm not lying. I suspect. Suspicion is not factual. It is a suspicion that it will be redirected, because infrastructure, you're talking about roads, right? That road users levy is being charged on every liter of petrol. In fact, I can say that half of every liter of petrol in Kenya goes to government taxing.
What is infrastructure, by the way? What do you understand by the word infrastructure?
I understand it to be roads. I understand it to be buildings, hospitals. I understand it to be stadia.
Okay.
I understand it to be anything that I would imagine to be infrastructure.
But we already have Kenya National Highways Authority. We already have Kenya Rural Roads Authority. We already have Kenyan Urban Roads Authority.
I think in the next 3 years we will have the collapse of Kenya Rural Roads Authority and Kenya Urban Roads Authority. I think they need to go. Genuinely.
Why?
And the money should be redirected elsewhere, but to the counties or something.
You are going to allow Wanga to build tarmac roads?
Why not? But why is it Wanga that you're focusing on? Can you always...
No, can
you be another boogie person? Can you be another boogie person? Leave the girl alone. Focus on... Can you focus on...
Can I give you another example?
Yes.
Orengo.
Okay, can you leave that place?
Do you think...
you know your mind must go beyond Katito.
Okay.
So can you come this side?
Garissa guys.
Exactly. Like Nadif Jamal in Uko Garissa Uko. So yeah. So that guy needs to be...
Can he build roads?
Yes. Of course.
He will leave his building. They will leave their buildings in Isili to go build roads in Garissa.
I think Jagero, you're being salty though. Governors are capable. Let me ask you, if you're a governor,
okay.
You know the road classifications I told you. There's this classification A, B, C, D, E. Right now the county has E, D.
By the way, can you tell me how the countries work, the roads work?
So
you're on A1.
So you're on A1. A1 are major trunk roads, the big ones that either run through the country or like the one from Mombasa to not to Modogashe.
You will have to go to Modogashe and see this road.
I think so. So like the one from Mombasa that passes Voi, Nini, Nairobi, they go Nakuru, Kisumu, Eldoret, Hio.
Yeah.
I think it's A1. Then we have the other one that goes to Lodwar. There's another beautiful one that has been made recently.
Yeah.
Then there's the one of Modogashe. Of course, those ones are class A. They're very major trunk roads. Then we have class B, which majorly are running not throughout the country, I think. They could be running off the major trunk roads. Then class C, which run off class B.
Okay.
And then class D, which run off class C and Hivo. So class E, which is feeder roads, majorly. This is in kwa estates, nini. Those are county roads.
Okay.
Then class D could be estate to estate, for example. Like, let me put which one. Like, you see the one that comes from Lavington?
Yeah.
Pale penye naishi. Ukiteremka hivi mpaka Kilimani.
Yes.
That is a county road.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Made
you
by
see,
Zakaja.
no, but you see now it's not like and Nairobi has how many of those roads?
Yani Zakaja makes the road as if ni kama anatengeneza na mkono.
No, that is not Sakaja.
Who is that?
That is Kenya Urban Roads Authority. Because and that is why.
Which ones do Sakaja make then?
So let me explain.
Okay.
So see, you have to budget a lot of money to build such roads. Like the one that comes from where I stay to Upper Chini, Upper Yaya Center.
Yeah.
Then
Kitanga Road.
No, okay, even Gitanga Road, the one that leaves James Gishuru to Gitanga Road, Upper Quickmart, that one is under county. But see, the county has no money to build it. Because you'll need almost 100 million to build that small thing. Are you aware?
But they collect 100 million in 2 days.
Yes, but they can't budget for roads. If they do that, then they will run out of money. That's why you saw President Ruto give them 80 billion in this new arrangement.
Where did Ruto get the money, by the way?
The money is there.
Where from? Which budget?
The money is there. There's a lot of consolidated fund. We collect a lot of money, Jagero, by the way, in this country. Do you know we collect about 2.75 trillion every year?
Yeah, but where is that coming from?
Taxes.
Yeah, but
we are trading
80 billion. Where 80 billion is coming from?
But this country has too much money.
Do you remember I told you, Odhiambo?
Yeah.
Because the problem with you is that your love for your fellow Nilot, Mr. President, has blinded you.
No, it's not blinded me.
It has blinded you.
What is the problem? What is the problem with the road with him allocating 80 billion for Nairobi?
He allocated from where?
But there is a consolidated fund, Jagero, that has these monies. What do you mean?
Consolidated fund?
Yes, this country, every tax that's collected goes to the consolidated fund at Treasury. It's there. Now, from there is when it is allocated into the budget lines. Okay?
Which budget line give Nairobi 80 billion?
So, for example, the state is allowed to rearrange or reallocate these monies. Okay? And then use that to 223 to go and explain that, hey, this is how we have the supplementary budgets, of course. After the budget is passed, by September, October, there's always a supplementary budget that talks about reorganization of priorities of the government, because there are different priorities every other time. So when we are going to have reprioritization, then a supplementary budget is taken to Parliament for passing. So like right now, there could be a supplementary budget and the last one before July. Are you aware? So when Ruto suggests, it's not from one vote head. It is the State Department of Roads allocating some bit, the State Department of Water allocating some money, Hivo. So collectively, it comes to 80 billion shillings. And says this money, we want to help Nairobi. So Nairobi, let's agree on a framework. It is not transferring of functions. Let's agree on the framework. And I told you here that Nairobi should not be a county, because Nairobi collects about 18 billion per year, 18 billion per year. But that is not enough for it to run its affairs. It needs about 80 billion or even more per year.
Okay.
Yes.
That is fine.
Yeah.
There is another problem with this infrastructure fund. There is duplication of funds. We already have the road maintenance levy fund, don't we?
Yes, we do.
So what is this one? The petroleum development levy fund.
And that's why I said
the housing fund.
These are feeders.
Can I take you back to what you said?
Okay.
When I asked you what is your understanding on infrastructure, you told me it is the roads,
houses, stadia, etc.
Yeah, but we already have fund for all those things that you mentioned.
But
we have the housing fund, we have the petroleum development levy fund, we have the road maintenance levy fund. So what is the water and irrigation development fund? We have all. This is entirely infrastructure. If you're giving it a bird's eye view.
I agree.
The roads maintenance levy fund, petroleum development levy fund, the housing fund, water and irrigation development fund. So what is infrastructure?
So infrastructure could be, okay, the National Infrastructure Fund. Look, Jagero, I am not an unconditional defender of the state. I want you to know that first. And I am an objective ally of the state. And in
objective
that,
ally of the state.
Yes. Why are you laughing, bro? You're making this look silly.
That is a very fancy term.
I am not an unconditional defender of the state. I will not defend their nonsense.
It's a very fancy term. Can you say it again, please?
Yeah, I am an objective ally of the state.
An objective ally of the state.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Which means if they're going to do shitty things, I'm going to point it in their eyes. They're not giving me nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, but if they're going to do something good, I'm going to appreciate it. And just for the record, nobody's ever paying me a cent to be here to talk about the state. That should be very clear.
But you still stand by the fact that we should have infrastructure fund.
I don't stand.
Alongside the road maintenance levy fund.
I'm trying to analyze what could this be.
Okay.
I'm not justifying why this is.
Okay.
Okay. Just like you may be thinking that okay, now there's National Infrastructure Fund. What could it be about? Because I have not seen the bill, and I've said, can we have another episode after we've gone through the bill as you always do? Then come and talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking that maybe there's a consolidation that's going to happen. I don't have the facts. So let me not be yapping about something that I don't know. Is that fair enough?
Yeah,
okay.
That's fair enough.
Okay.
The most famous example is the Turnard Gorge Railway between Mombasa and Nairobi. The line cost more than 450 billion.
Which was a rip-off.
On loans from the Export-Import Bank of China.
That was a rip-off.
A rip-off, yeah?
That was a rip-off. That was a complete rip-off. And whoever was responsible should be jailed.
And then there is the public frustration. Taxes rise, but services lag.
Yeah.
Fuel levies, housing deduction, and infrastructure bonds increase the financial burden on citizens. Many Kenyans ask a simple question. If billions are collected every year, why do potholes remain? Water projects stall and power cost staying up? Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Those are valid questions.
Is it fair for people in the streets like us to ask Ruto, why are you duplicating and creating overlaps?
How are you? I think that is putting the cart before the horse. Can we have the horse before the cart?
Can you say that in English now?
That's English. Like you know that thing that the Queen travels in?
Yes.
It's called a what?
A cart.
It's a cart basically. Ni mkokoteni. So huwezi weka mkokoteni mbele ya punda.
Ule ya farasi.
Wacha nitumie. Umesema nitumie ile kizungu naelewa. Hii ndio kizungu taelewa.
Umesema punda ndo naelewa. Okay.
Huwezi weka mkokoteni mbele ya punda.
Why are you saying that I'm going ahead of myself?
Because you are arriving at the conclusion that this has already been done, and what you're saying is the scenario, whereas you have not accessed this National Infrastructure Fund bill. Do you have it? Have you seen it?
It's not in the public domain.
I'm asking you, have you seen it? Have you gone through it? Because I'm saying myself, as somebody who will be defending it, I haven't seen it. I haven't gone through it. And I'm asking, can we have an episode to go through it?
Okay, fair enough.
That's fair enough, right?
Fair enough, yeah.
Thank you.
Cool.
Yeah, so now, the third issue that happened, of course, is the ODM internal crisis. This one is what this one interests me.
Yeah, Wanga.
This one interests me. You know, so we were in Kisumu with you.
Yeah.
And so there's my friend there called Adui.
Adui Nyang.
So Adui Nyang, of course, he comes from a very interesting background. Adui Nyang is a very learned person. He went to Kisumu Boys.
Okay.
He's one of those very brilliant chaps down there. And of course, he has been one of the greatest supporters of Raila Odinga and the ODM party.
Okay.
And Adui Nyang was contesting for the ODM chairmanship of the county alongside some funny character called Okoto Pande. Very funny. Think that guy, somebody just has swapped him. The guy from your area. Very funny. He has a lot of capital to run, but he's never really been strong in the party. If I know of the party that I'm talking about, this guy Raila's party.
Raila's never liked him.
Raila's never liked him. I don't think so, yeah? Because Raila, there's one time even he paid for a chopper somewhere so that he could
Raila's never, him and his friends in Nyakaja are always paying for Raila.
Yeah.
But Raila's never liked them.
Yeah, I don't think if our politics should be going that direction of such kind of people, if you ask me genuinely. He could be a good person in person because he does a lot of charity down there, but he's not an ODM member, mateng-teng. Like, he's not an adui of the party.
Okay.
So Oburu, yesterday at night, wrote, the election was to be today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He nullified it.
Yes, he wrote a letter to Wanga. Hey, Wanga is the chairperson. Chairperson, please cancel the election of Kisumu. I have intelligence that it could be rowdy.
He wrote a letter to Wanga.
Yeah, so that Wanga could cancel the elections of the grassroots in Kisumu. I thought that was interesting. But though I agree with them, fidelity, loyalty to the party will be the number one consideration. Unfortunately, your friend Okoth Opande does not qualify much for that. He doesn't.
For what?
Fidelity, loyalty to the party? No. He even one time went as an independent
But it
against
was
the
an
party.
election. Let him lose. Fair and square.
I'm just telling you what happens in the party. The practical sense of what happens, not the theoretical thing or idealism that you wish. That is why somebody would be...
ODM bans election against people that they don't like.
Yes, of course. If they don't think you are their person, they will not give you the ticket.
And you're likely to win on the ground.
Yes, they will deny you.
So what is...
Because Okoth Opande, genuinely, I think because he has a lot of money, Jagero. It is tall money.
Tall money.
It is tall money. This fellow could, of course, influence, and I think he was going to genuinely win that election, if you ask me. But things shift very fast because the party has seen like, oh, are you our person? You're funny. You're not really our person.
But I don't think that is the way they should do it.
I also don't think that's the way they should do it. They should give the fellow a chance, but they don't have faith in him. So that happened, and so
Raila did not have faith in Opande, and now Oburu, the brother to Raila, does not have faith in Opande.
I don't think if he can have, because I think Adui and Oburu have very good relationship, and Adui has been quite strong on the party front, defense of the party. But I think Opande must have done something good in terms of mobilization. I think he's a very good mobilizer, and definitely it looked like he was winning that election because that actionable intelligence that could be something interesting. Yeah. Just that now it is taken away from him. Sorry, Opande.
Can I welcome a few people into the conversation?
Please do.
Mr. Vincent Chipatuka, watching from Lusaka, Zambia.
Sounds
excellent
like
podcast.
Yep.
Really saying political headache in it.
In it.
All right. In it. Odhiambo is going to discuss issue with the prowess of a political analyst. Awete kuzatim nango.
Karibu sana.
Karibu sana. Surprisingly, here is where I also improve my grammar. Keep it up, Jagero and Odhiambo. Is that so?
Oh, that's interesting.
That is very interesting.
That's interesting.
Bring it on, my brothers. This is deep.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Ruto is thirsty for money when he come in. Hata Mama Mboga versus Dynasty. Hey, kizungu inakwanga hapa. You guys should never stop, bwana. We appreciate tukipata hizi talks. Then you hear someone saying Dynasty. Watching from River Gikosh. That is Nairobi.
That's Gikomba.
No, that is Nairobi.
River
Gikomba is the entire Nairobi.
Oh.
Go out there and see what is happening. Bubble, 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 bubble.
Oh, yeah. It's rained on me quite a bit.
Everywhere.
It's so flooded all over. It's wet all over.
You will just read. Don't put on the screen, brother.
Yeah.
Is there oversight body which can oversee spending of the president?
We are coming to that.
That's a question that's being, what are you complaining about when you already admitted you hated the alternative? Jagero, keep injecting with this. Because I don't know why he keeps siding with the government. Okay? Odhiambo's choice of friends is very much one thing. Yeah? From Mama Wig to the head of state.
Ati?
From Mama Wig.
Who is that? Who is that talking?
Yeah?
Who is that?
The person talking.
Yeah.
Kelvin Wanyonyi.
Don't bother much anyway.
No. IEBC will refuse to open the servers. We have been through this before.
Yeah.
Okay? Obunga, adjust the coloration of camera pointing at Jagero. It's misty.
Obunga.
Is that the case? Is that the case?
Yeah?
It's okay?
The producer is saying it's perfect.
Yeah. The other side of it is that the ruling does not give immunity if someone takes you to court, you slander. Some statistics are just mind-boggling. The money is not from the budget because they are looting. The Auditor General has security of tenure. She can't be bungled out of office.
Don't joke with the state.
Cannot be shut up by the executive or threatened into silence as the idiot Ichungwa had tried some times back. That is uncover the truth. Those Karisa boys can't build roads. Okay. The fact that the president does not need the approval of the parliament to access the infrastructure fund means that it is highly susceptible to misuse and unaccountability. that is Kevin Wanyonyi. He really is saying it could be a good fund when put to good use. I agree. But I suspect that this government does not have any goodwill.
No, you just have no goodwill for the government, and that's okay.
I don't have goodwill for the government.
You've never had. Even towards Wanga, you continue calling her very bad names.
No, I've not called Wanga bad names, bro.
You've just
we talked about this in Kisumu, and we agreed.
But
we will not be mentioning the name Wanga on the podcast.
Yes, thank you.
But
why are you mentioning the name Wanga?
It is the people that have said on the
You're as funny as your people. Now, anyway,
right.
So I want us to go to the topic. Lastly, the political temperature. So there's a Middle East evacuation legal threat. So lakini, this country sometimes amazes me. So Mudavadi, who is the foreign affairs minister, says on public TV and to the public that those who are in Middle East,
in Oman,
to find their ways back to Kenya. It's actually stupid.
Can I tell you a story?
To say the least.
Can I tell you a story?
Please.
That will boggle you.
Yeah.
I lost my passport in Barcelona, in Europe. Now I was going to France. So when I reach the airport, I realized that I don't have my passport. Okay? And the first time, obviously, the Spanish government does is that, have you lost your passport or have you lost your passport so that you can remain in the country? Interestingly, I had a snapshot of the visa itself that I sent to my sister who lives in Norway. So then they realized, okay, the gentleman actually has a what?
A visa.
Has a visa.
Which is valid.
Yes, as a valid. So they tell me at the airport, instead of arresting me at the airport, they send me to the police station back in Barcelona. Okay? So when I arrive at the Barcelona, the first question they ask me, do you have money? And I'm wondering, why are they asking me if I have money?
Yeah.
I say, yes, I still have my card and a little bit of euros in my pocket. Then they tell me, we are going to give you a certificate that says that you've lost your passport. And now you have to make your way to Madrid.
Madrid from it's
7 hours.
Ooh.
7 hours drive.
Mombasa, Nairobi.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So when I arrive there, I go to the Kenyan embassy.
Or the Kenyan embassy is in Madrid.
In Madrid.
Okay.
And then the Kenyan embassy tells me that I need to pay 70 euros.
That's about...
For a picture.
That's about 9,000.
For a picture. So when you lose your passport, they give you a certificate, a travel certificate.
That's 900, yeah.
They give you. But then, it's not 700, bro. 70 euros is more. It's about 10,000. 70 euros.
No, 70 is not 10,000, Jagero.
It is 1,000. How much is it? 70.
70 times
7
130.
€7 is 700. 7 euros is 700.
Oh, yeah. Come on. For a picture.
For a picture and the document. I think so. It's about that much. I believe so. But maybe, let me just say, whatever the amount that they were asking me to pay. But the thing is, how about if I did not have the money? The government of Kenya cannot give you a travel certificate if you don't have the money.
Not the passport.
Not the passport. They cannot give you the passport, obviously. So they give you a travel certificate that clearly tells the route that you're taking. And you must get a ticket before you are actually given the travel document. So get the ticket, and then on the certificate they will write the routes that you're going to pass through. So wewe ni mtu mwenye hauna mahali, you cannot even change that air ticket once you've cutted it. Okay? So I asked these guys at in Madrid,
embassy. Yeah.
What happens if I had lost my passport and I'd lost my money?
Yeah, let's say you're mugged or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he told me a very interesting story, that first of all, the embassy, the police in Barcelona would ring us in Madrid and tell them that somebody who claims to be Kenyan is stranded in Barcelona. Okay? And he tells me that they will start the process of going to see you in Barcelona, which might take days.
So, meaning at that time you're in jail, you're in the cell, because
you're in the cells.
Yeah.
All right? And then I asked them, so where do I sleep as a Kenyan who doesn't have money and has passport stolen? Saying that the Kenyan government does not cater for accommodation of anybody, does not help financially anybody that is out there. Okay? So that meant I would have slept in the streets and probably would not allow me to sleep in the streets because now I have nowhere to go. I would have slept in the cells.
Yeah.
So you are telling me a story, and I am not surprised because Kenya, even if you go to Rwanda here, there's a time I've told you I've lived in Rwanda.
Yeah.
This is my experience with the Kenyan government outside Kenya is that they see you as a problem. When you're a Kenyan and you have approached the embassy outside Kenya, they see you as a problem. Fast. Yeah. I don't know who was the ambassador to
Rwanda.
To Rwanda at that time. I don't remember. But I was having a very good event in partnership with the government of Rwanda. Okay? And I was merely asking the Kenyan embassy to be represented as a Kenyan doing an event. The guy who had such a bad attitude. The ambassador.
The ambassador, yeah.
The guy came in and akanisalimia and kama naangalia pande hii.
Feeling too sweet.
Yes.
And you didn't ask him for nothing.
Yes. And then we sat and in less than 5 minutes he was already on his way. Like, why are you troubling us?
He's going to Nyarutarama.
So that is what is happening to Kenyans abroad.
Yeah, so Mudavadi made a mockery of Kenyans today.
Yeah.
He stood in public and said that Kenyans abroad who are stranded in Middle East to find their way back home.
That is what they say.
And I found that really stupid.
Yeah.
Especially in regards to what we want to discuss.
But they love when you're sending money to Kenya.
Yeah, they love. In fact, they have all policies that attract money back home. I think
they love when you're doing Western Union. They love it when you're doing pay stack.
And former AG Justin Muturi, who is of course the legal angle or the legal axis of the United Opposition, said that is nonsense. KQ must provide evacuation for these people. We are in a state of emergency, and you're telling me that these guys need to get money. Where are they going to get money from? I think on that one, Muturi is right. I mean, Oman, bombs are flying in. I don't have cash. My boss maybe has not paid me for the last 2 months.
How is it going now?
It's bad, bro. It's bad. Iran is hungry. Their boss is murdered. They're they're raining hailstorms. It's like Armageddon.
Have they actually dropped others today?
Oh, they're on the 9th or 10th wave now. You know, they're doing it in waves. From Saturday, yesterday they were on the 8th wave. I think now they're on the 9th or 10th wave. It's bad. They're dropping. They're attacking anything that looks like American interest there. They're attacking everything. They're burning. They're hailstorm.
Yeah, I think
I saw one particular.
Those Middle Eastern countries have been very stupid by siding with the US. It's a very bad move that they have made because they said that US is going to be their security guarantor. It has really, really backfired.
I think it has fairly backfired. True.
It is really, really backfired.
It's backfired,
and I think they are going to really interpret those relationships.
They have to reconsider. I agree. They have to reconsider. That was really silly. Like, people are all over endangered. So Mudavadi did that silly thing. Mudavadi, shame on you.
Mudavadi,
shame on him. Mudavadi is some guy.
Is the speaker or is the what?
Mudavadi is that guy.
He's the speaker. What is he? He's the prime minister.
By the way, can I tell you something, Jagero? You know, me have an issue with Mudavadi and Wetangula.
Okay.
These two people are sitting at what I would call the highest levels of leadership, representing Luhya community. And I don't mean offense to the Luhya community, but it is the reality. Even if I've talked to Joachim, and even other Luhyas, it's a reality that most people who are maids and watchmen in Nairobi are actually Luhyas. And these people are not being paid minimum wage. The minimum wage, as per the constitution, as per the labor laws, is 15,000 shillings in a month. Watchmen are being paid 6,000 shillings. Maids are being grossly underpaid in these homes. But these two Luhyas, Mudavadi and his brother Wetangula, who sits at the Speaker of the House, who can pass a law to work on enforcing so that these Luhyas earn this money, or anybody who should be earning low, whatever, that basic minimum wage, should get his fair share. He's not getting. Luhyas are suffering terribly in Nairobi and all over, but they have their two boys, Akina Okwa, who are sitting in government, but are not helping them.
Akina Okwa.
That is Akina Okwa. They're doing drama. They have no idea. Though I saw Mudavadi losing some weight, that is good for him. But they are not helping Luhyas. And by extension, they're not helping Kenyans by what they've just done.
Yeah, but the lawyers should know better that nobody's going to help you. Raila
No. Okay, that's a different case, Jagero. That's a different case, Jagero.
Uhuru has never helped Kikuyus.
Raymond Omolo has helped the Luos. He's built as a pyre. He's built as so many things happening down there. Bro, Moi Stadium Kisumu is being done. Sisi watu Homa Bay lam kila mahali ndani ya
Ray is not a politician, brother. Don't
I'm
mix
talking
apples and oranges.
Okay, fine.
Ray is not a politician.
Sawa, but he works for the politician.
No.
He's the maid of the politician.
No. Don't hijack Ray.
No, I'm not hijacking Ray. I'm just trying to show you.
You are hijacking Ray. And if Ray would have gone, we come from.
Why are you salty though?
No.
But Ray has done something good.
No.
Okay, he's an orange.
No.
But he's done something good.
Odhiambo, can you listen to me? If Ray had gone
Jagero, surely,
to vie as the governor of Homa Bay, you and your Raila would not have allowed him to stand there or get any votes. Now you are happy that he's helping the people of Homa Bay. Now you are happy that he's helping the Luo nation. Now you are calling him a politician. You are so dishonest.
That's okay. The fact remains that Ray has helped the Luos.
Yes.
Unlike the people you're mentioning.
Yeah, but you can.
That's a fact.
Raise an apple. Raise is not an orange.
The fact we are talking about helping the Luos.
Is an apple. Raise, not orange.
Okay, the apple has helped the Luos. Fact?
Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah. It is just annoying. It is just annoying the way.
What's annoying?
Yeah?
What's annoying you really? You're even annoyed that Ray is helping people, bro.
No.
What's wrong with you? I'm only saying.
I'm annoyed.
A minute.
I'm annoyed.
Musalia is not holding any elective position. Or is he?
Musalia.
Is he elected to be a prime cabinet secretary?
But he dropped off, did he not?
He's not elected to be a prime cabinet secretary. The same to Ray, they're not elected.
No,
but Ray is helping his people. This fellow is not helping his people.
You cannot compare
Akina Okwa and Ray are two different people.
You cannot compare Akina Okwa and Ray.
Boom.
Yes,
let's go ahead.
Jagero. These two people are letting down Kenyans.
Jagero, let's go to
they are letting down Luyas. Ray is not a politician and is helping the people of
Musalia is a politician.
He has done more than your grandfather did for 30 years.
Who?
Ray.
Of course, my grandfather was a police officer.
No, hey. You know the grandfather I'm talking about.
My grandfather was a police officer. He died in a state of emergency.
We know your political grandfather.
I don't have any political grandfather, bro.
Okay.
Unless you're saying you're not a
Let's go ahead.
Yeah. So let's come to the main issue, Jagero. Today you're salty, bro.
No.
Hey.
I really get triggered when you compare when you Luos are now embracing Ray as your leader.
It's not our leader. I'm just saying he's a civil servant there somewhere.
So dishonest.
He's not dishonest. We are embracing him. He's helping us. He doesn't know the young mini dokasi chwado. Wacha bwana. If a cow is giving us milk, you don't cane it. You just milk more and more.
I think Ray is a good person.
He's doing more for those
Ray is a good person. If we could just have our raise, if we had even had our raise for the last 10 years, we would have seen a lot of difference in Luo Nyanza.
That's what I'm saying.
But we have had an orange.
Yeah.
In Luo Nyanza.
And I'm not responsible for that. Ask the voters. They're the ones who vote those people throughout. No, clueless parliamentarians.
Via magic.
Jagero, I want you to be
called the Luo nation capture.
Jagero, I want you to be very careful with how you talk.
What do you mean?
Be very responsible with how you talk.
What do you mean? What have I said that is out of?
There's nothing like magic. It's practical.
No,
it's magic. It was a conquest, and yeah, I mean,
it was a conquest.
We will talk about it someday, but it's
it was very magical.
It's exactly magical, but not magic.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. You're talking about voodoo power. It's not about voodoo power. If your grandfather was not busy doing magic to capture the Luos, why are you blaming those who did magic and capture the Luos? Everybody has an equal chance.
I blame Jagero.
Useless grandfather. Anyway, so Jagero,
yeah.
There's something you're talking about 17 billion.
Yeah.
Let's go to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What is your question again?
The question is, over the last 13 years, the State House has spent 31.75 billion, more than it was originally budgeted for to spend.
So what's your question?
Shillings 31.7 billion in overruns. consistently,
What's
year after year.
What's your question?
In 2022-2023 budget,
Yes.
budget was 4.3 billion. Actual expenditure rose to 9.15 billion, more than double. In 2023-2024, budget was 7.3 billion. Actual expenditure rose to 11.33 billion, again more than double. In 2024-2025, budget was allocated at 9.5 billion. Actual that they used was 12.04 billion, and now 2025-2026 budget was 8.58 billion. Actual heading to 16.99 billion. Every single year, Mr. Odhiambo, the same pattern. Original budget, then Article 223 is sneaked in, then post facto approval requirement to Parliament. Here's the constitutional problem with that. Article 33, Article 223, Section 3 states clearly that parliamentary approval shall be sought within 2 months after the first withdrawal of money from consolidated fund. State House first withdrew under Article 223 in September 2025. By February 2026, that is 5 months later, Parliament had still not asked to approve it. The 2-month constitutional deadline ignored. So that is my question. Why is it that the State House is always plundering money that is meant to build hospital, money
It's not meant to build hospital.
putting up tents for chiefs at State House?
It's not meant to build hospitals. I want you to be now. Let's drop the lazy journalism.
I will give you your time to explain.
So let's drop the lazy journalism that you did,
Okay.
because clearly what you did was very lazy.
Okay.
It's like you don't understand whatever happens in budgeting, and you're coming here and telling us about you want to brand the president Ruto as eating 17 billion shillings, but in the very same breath you are reading from a very lazy researched paper that over the last 10 years, in fact 13 years, former presidents and the current president have been overspending. That points something. The problem is not with the president. The problem is where the budget is being made. Fact or not fact?
False.
Okay. Are you saying Uhuru was misusing money?
Yes.
Are you saying Ruto is misusing money?
Yes.
Is there any law that they've broken?
Yes.
Which law?
Can I tell you?
Read for me.
They withdrew money.
Without?
No, they withdrew money in September 2025.
Yes. Who withdrew?
According to
Who withdrew?
Uhuru, Ruto and his...
Is Ruto an accounting officer?
Come on. See, you asked me a question. Let me answer it.
And I'm guiding you through the question.
Article 223,
Yes.
Section 3,
Yes.
states clearly that parliamentary approval shall be sought within 2 months after the first withdrawal.
That's true.
So if Ruto was given so much money...
It is not Ruto.
And he feels...
Can we be objective?
The State House.
Yes.
State
Now,
House.
who is
Okay.
who has the authority to incur expenditure? State House.
Controller of budget, I think.
No. And that's why
State
I told
House
you.
controller.
Yes.
Yes, State House
So
controller.
State House comptroller, not controller.
Comptroller.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
That is the designation. It's called State House comptroller.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So he's the one who is the AIE holder, the one who has the authority to incur expenditure.
Okay.
The president has no vision on that money.
Oh my God, Odhiambo.
Jagero, I want to be objective.
Oh my God, Odhiambo.
No. Let's be objective, brother.
Oh my God, Odhiambo.
So are you saying...
So who is calling 15,000 chiefs to State House and putting that mega tent? It is the State House controller.
The government...
No. Who
the
is
government...
really?
I'm answering your question.
Yes.
The government is the president and the people he listens to. Okay? There are excesses in the executive. And that's why we have checks and balances in the constitution. And the first check and balance is the legislature, which is parliament. The second and the last citadel of our hope is judiciary. Are we together? So if there, and we've talked about this before, absolute power corrupts absolutely. Now, the president and the state house, let me take your argument, your line of argument, that the president is extravagant. That is granted. The state, all states around the world are extravagant, except those that intentionally behave not towards extravagance and refocus that money to public interest. Okay? So if our state is also extravagant, who should be checking the state? Who should be checking the executive? It's parliament. Is parliament doing its work? No. Why? It's been taken over, quote unquote.
By who?
By the executive.
And who is the executive? Who are some of the
Now,
principles in the executive?
And that's what I was saying.
No. Can you answer me?
I'm
please?
answering you.
Can you answer me? Can you answer me, please? Before you go on.
I'm answering you.
Who are the executives in the? Who are the principals in the executive?
I'm answering you.
Okay.
that executive is what I call the government, okay? In this context politically.
Okay.
That the government is the president and the people he listens to. You could be in government, but the president is not listening to you, so you don't form part of the government.
Okay.
You're a seat filler.
Come on, vice president. the president.
No, I think he listens to him.
Huh?
I think he listens to him.
Not Kindiki.
Yule mwingine wa kitambo.
You remember Uhuru was not listening to Ruto.
Yes. So that's how governments work.
Okay.
So who are these who then influence the president to do these other things? Because you are as good as your ministers. Okay? And also your ministers are as good as you are. Those are statements of fact. Now, if you look at who are these who are lying to the president, that he should call chiefs, he should call his aspirants to State House. These are his handlers. At the level of the president, I can tell you, because I've walked around such high level of VIPs. These people literally have no control over the itinerary. The itinerary is planned. I used to plan for Mama Ida daily. This is what you're going to do. This is the person you're going to talk to. Yeah, na ukuliza, Odhiambo, leo kuna nini? Unambia, leo kuna hii, kuna, I met nani. Anasema pia anakuja saa 5. Sorry, organize huyu na huyu. So majorly, it is these people around the government or these people around the president who organize this itinerary.
They're the ones that...
who come up with these funny ideas.
They are the ones that say that we need to meet 15,000 chiefs.
Yes.
And we need all the aspirants to be at state.
Yes.
12,000
yes.
of them.
Yes. And of course, the buck stops to the president.
Okay.
And the president looks at, where is what does the law talk about in that? Is it something legal? Is it illegal? If there's a lacuna, he exploits.
Okay.
That happens. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. And Ruto is no exception of being corrupted by absolute power.
Can I suggest something? And you can give a rejoinder to it.
That's okay.
Okay? So, His Excellency the President, Mr. William Samoei Ruto, and everybody that is involved below him, I imagine, and I might be wrong, I imagine when you are doing, you are telling everybody, bring your budgets, bring your estimates, right?
Right.
So that we can consolidate them, okay? And State House is told that we need your budget so that we can have a look at it. And there are moving limbs in State House saying that, okay, we have looked at the things that we are likely to do in this budgetary year, in this year, okay? Whether it is 2024, 2025, or whether it is 2025, 2026. So, specifically, for the budget of 2025, 2026, okay, Ruto and his team agree that actually what we are going to spend for this budget, for this year is 8.5 billion. That's what they give. And it's ratified and passed by Parliament as the money that they're going to use, okay? But the money is allocated to them around July, okay? By February 2026, 8 months into the financial year, that figure has doubled to 16 billion, which is actually 16.998 billion.
Billion, true.
That is, a whooping is more than double what they asked for. So, the question I'm asking is, after these guys have put in their budget, they realize that, actually, we did not factor in 12,000 aspirants coming into State House. Actually, we do not factor in 15,000 aspirants. Actually, we do not factor in 80 billion going into Sakaja. Actually, we did not talk about the church in State House that is supposed to cost us 1 billion. This is the scenario going on.
Are you asking me a question?
Yes.
Okay.
Is this the scenario going on?
No.
What is the scenario?
The scenario that's going on. By the way, I feel pain talking about this money because these guys, they never give me anything anyway. I defend them endlessly. Useless government. Look, let me tell you, I'm just trying to be an objective analyst here.
Do you feel like you're in a time corridor?
Very tough, Jagero. to be very genuine with you, talking about 16.9 billion is bonkers. And I meet these fellows, they never give me a thing. Odhiambo, hi, when mtu wetu. Mimi mtu wenyu wapi. Anyway, so what I'm trying to look at what are the gaps that need to be blocked, because the president cannot be charged before a court of law.
Yes.
And his cartoons, his minions who are working with him, also try to assume that very position, because they are the appointing authorities in terms of these people who are sitting in these positions. Remember, like America, There's some positions which are elected, like the attorneys of the states are elected. Here, these people are not elected. These people just are depending on the president for their security of tenure.
Yeah.
Now, this is obviously painful. That's the reality. That the State House can blow this level of money within such a short period of time. But let's go back to the structural default or the structural faults that we're having here. The first structural fault is this section, Article 223, which is a safety valve. But even before I come to Article 223, let me first start with this parliament thing. If there is evidence that in the past 13 years, there's been a problem with the State House overspending or running through the budget, and by month 3, they're telling you the budget is over, they need new money. It means either parliamentarians are thick and not listening, or this is intentional. The parliamentarians are saying, oh, to balance public pressure, let us give you something that looks reasonable, which is 8 billion that you've asked for as your estimate. Then explore a valve, because there is a constitutional valve, safety valve, for you to open when you feel the pressure. And that is Article 223, which then gives State House and any other department of government anyway the power to expend money, then come to seek for approval. I think it is really stupid. That thing needs to be repealed, because you should seek or you should place an emergency request to Parliament. Let Parliament sit about it first. Then is when you expend, because once you've expended, then you're coming back to Parliament to do what? To explain to Parliament what? At the state should not shut down. America's state shuts down. Have you seen what is called government shutdown?
Yeah.
It does happen. So we should be able to have government shutdowns. Because people need to be responsible. And if the legislature is not going to play proper oversight on State House and on the executive, then this is going to continue. And these are things we must call out.
Yeah.
It is painful that this level of money can be blown. But where there are no loop, where there are no safeguards, people will exploit every possible opportunity that they find.
Well,
so legally, the president and State House is not breaking a law. There's no crime they're committing. This is an intentional, stupid framework that was put there by those who drafted this constitution in 2010. In fact, such things should be repealed.
Odhiambo, I don't think we can. We need to repeal the section.
What do you think we need to do?
I think that section is just all right. It is being exploited by people who are nefarious.
So what should be done, in your view?
What should be done is that we need to talk about Ruto's second term.
I need water. What are you laughing about?
Because,
yeah.
Odhiambo, let's put this thing into perspective. Kenya is a lower middle income country. And is spending more to run State House than the United States of America to run the White House.
That is not true.
Okay?
That is not true.
It is spending more than Germany. And Germany is Europe's largest economy. More than South Africa, the continent's most industrialized economy. More than Nigeria, Africa's largest economy with over 200 million people. We are spending nearly as much as France, the world's 7th largest economy.
Jagero, just stop there. There's something you're doing which is not right.
Yes.
If you're comparing 10 billion shillings for White House and not the executive office of the president of America against Kenya State House, it's very unfair.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Maybe there is something that I missed. Please explain.
There's something huge you missed.
Okay, what is it?
Kenya State House, of course, it is not in doubt that this money is bonkers, first of all.
Yeah.
But you cannot compare this against America, because America, 10 billion is for the White House, is not for the executive office of the president. It runs into hundreds of billions. Jagero. It is not like, come on. America, United States, 50 or 51 states.
We are talking.
Kenya is just one state. If you compare,
we are talking about the White House.
You're talking about the entirety. You know, the Kenyan money is spent on the entirety. It's what goes to the salary of the president. I hope you're aware. It's what goes to the salary of the deputy president. It is what runs the office of the deputy president.
How much does the president earn? 2 million.
It's about 2 or 3 million shillings.
So in a year,
but
how much
salary is never anything. I've said, Jagero, I'm not defending. I told you, I'm not defending this.
And the other money that the other monies they pay is to Uhuru Kenyatta. Only Uhuru Kenyatta.
No, there's Moody Awori you're forgetting. He lives somewhere along James Gishuru. You've not seen his house.
Yeah, but how much is he giving?
We have Kalonzo Musyoka.
How much are they being given?
Of course, about 450 million.
In a year?
In a year, it's about 450.
Yeah, for all of them.
For all of them.
Yeah.
It's about 450. It's nothing. Yeah. So I'm saying, it is true that the money is bonkers. That's not in doubt. The money is crazy. But what is also not true is comparing Kenya State House budget to the White House. Because Kenya covers the whole range. White House covers just the White House, not the presidential movement.
What range are you talking about?
When President Trump travels, do you know how he travels?
Yeah.
What happens, for example?
Well, I know that a lot of security is
exactly.
There is a lot,
and all his fleet has to be moved. When he travels, that same thing that happens in America moves with him all over. Transporting that thing. Whenever the president is on air, if you look at the data, it will tell you they are burning $60 million whenever he's on air per hour.
Well, Ruto travels by KQ.
Exactly, bro.
Which is how much?
So where the money is
how
being,
much is KQ?
Very cheap. Where the money is being burnt is where we need to find. And that's what I'm saying. It's not you and me. It's not our responsibility. It's the responsibility of the legislature to stop this nonsense. This is nonsense. And legislature is what has to do its role. It is not doing its role. Now, let me tell you quickly, Jagero. Article 223 must be repealed. Must be repealed.
Okay.
The reason why it must be repealed.
You don't like it?
I don't like it because it gives.
You know the reason why I have no problem with Article 223.
Yeah.
Because it is the White House that is exploiting it. There is nobody else exploiting it.
Oh, you don't know. Oh boy.
Who else is exploiting it?
Every day, every department in this government.
Do you have some specifics?
I don't want to mention people, but every department exploits it.
You're not mentioning people. You're mentioning.
Every department is every department. You can whatever you think about. It's there. It's Article 223 that covers. It's not only it's not meant for State House. It's meant for the government.
Yes.
You can expend as a PS, then come and explain, or as an AIE holder, then come and explain to Parliament. Okay? So it is silly. That's what I'm saying. It needs to be an emergency application. Go to Parliament. Let Parliament fast. Think about it. Give it 2 hours, give it 10 hours. That if it doesn't happen, then we're going to shut down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, America does it. 2, we have a big problem, Jagero. The COB, that's the control of budget mandate. It's very weak.
It's very weak.
It's very weak. Her role is only to complain. She raised an alarm.
Yeah.
She's not employed to raise an alarm. How does this transition to consequences? There's no consequence of auditor reports.
It is just fodder for the press.
It's just fodder for the press. Exactly. And then they're given a funny autonomy or a funny whatever framework that, you have tenure of whatever, of your term up to the end of 6 years. So you can just write, but anyway, you can just talk, but anyway, it's not going nowhere. That is what it is impunity. And it does not start today. It starts from when the Constitution...
Aren't they supposed to coordinate with the EACC?
It does not transition into law. There's no clear pathway that an Auditor General's report transitions into law. Because, for example, if an Auditor General raises audit queries in your county or in your department, you should be having time to return the audit queries. Okay? Because audit queries they do not mean corruption. Audit queries mean you didn't file complete papers. So file within 6 months, file within 2 months. If you don't file within 2 months, then it automatically transitions as a file to ODPP or EACC. Doesn't happen. Okay? So Auditor General Akshasema, this is what's going on. This is what's going on. Raising alarm. We don't pay you millions of shillings to raise alarms. Yeah. So Parliament must again make another law that ensures that Auditor General reports transition into law that are consequential. That is what lacks here. So if those people burn through 8 billion, they're running to 16.99 billion, and then no action, no consequences taken. Even if Ruto leaves and Wamunyoro comes in, it will still go on the same way. Because money is sweet. The more money is there, the more interests are there. But guys are buying estates in Dubai, which is being bombed anyway. Okay? Now, the other thing, There is the
Constitutionalism.
No. Regularization of the PFM Act. The Public Finance Management Act of 2012 provides the framework for fiscal discipline, but what it lacks is the teeth for executive breaches. For example, under Section 44, the National Treasury is required to submit supplementary estimates to Parliament. However, there are no punitive consequences for accounting officers like State House Comptroller when they exceed original budgets by massive margins, somewhere over 100% of the annual allocation. We should have under Section 44, okay, of that PFM Act of 2012, that you're told you cannot adjust beyond 20%. These are the legal loopholes we're having.
Yeah.
So instead of blaming President Ruto and his team, which of course it's going on and is wrong,
the buck stops
let us look at what is wrong and what should be adjusted. And what must be adjusted, Jagero, is the PFM Act 2012, Section 44. And limit, for example, do you know, Jagero, in this country, you cannot vary a contract beyond 25% of the original value.
Yeah.
Why is it not happening with budgets? These are loopholes, intentional loopholes in the law. And these lawyers and the parliamentarians are walking around telling us what? Now, the other question that comes in is parliamentary oversight versus party loyalty. That is why I said, and I've always advocated, let us have a Westminster kind of framework. I heard Guadagot saying that we should not have it, but I tell you we should have it.
Who is saying that we should not have what?
Guadagot said when he was there in the morning. He said that we should not have the Westminster model. And I'm telling you, the Westminster model will help us. It is where party loyalty dies and people become objective, because what matters is who has the majority.
I think Guadagot has a problem with borrowing it in its entirety.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. We should not borrow it in its entirety. We should take what's working. And that is, let us go a parliamentary system. Okay? Lastly, I don't know about the audit lags and lack of consequences. Article 229, Auditor General reports, and Article 229, are the primary tool for identifying waste. Okay? Now, the time gap. Audit reports are typically released 12 to 18 months after the case, after financial year ends. By the time the Public Accounts Committee discusses State House overspending from 2023, the country is already in the 2025-2026 cycle, bro. Okay? So, the governance failure is that there's a missing link between audit findings and prosecutions on overspendings. And overspending is treated as a procedural query. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Ni kawaida tu. Why are we having 18 months after? If something is happening, can we have quarterly reports? For example, when a withdrawal is done and is not reported, can it be automated that Parliamentary Accounts Committee receives this kind of complaint? The challenge we have with this country, I'll tell you, is not the president per se. As much as this thing finally lands with him, we have a big lacuna in law, and how the law transitions into consequences, it is not there.
There is the spirit.
Excuse the president.
There is the spirit of the law. Jagero, give us a phone number to raise questions or put it. But you can put your question here, brother.
Give them the phone number. Give them yours.
It's always easy to blame people around the boss. We forget who responsibility is given to. The responsibility of the Kenyan people is given to the president. Mtu anasema Kevin Owaga anasema Odhiambo ako njaa, serikali saidia. Okay, Odhiambo's claims are outrageous. That is Mr. John. He's saying that Odhiambo's claims are outrageous. Mr. Richard is saying, I'm off, guys. It is 1:57 a.m. in Kuala Lumpur. I have to sleep.
Bye.
I have to sleep. All right, brother. Thank you very much for joining us here in Kenya. At Odhiambo, Chris Okore is saying, Odhiambo, State House Controller is an appointee of the president. If he isn't doing things right, the president can sack him. Okay? Odhiambo is lying. State House spending is for State House. There is budget of the office of the president, which is not from State House.
Which is how much? Tell us.
Yeah, that is Mr. Skipo. Okay, I like it a lot.
Because it fits into the narrative that you have.
Mr. Nuru is saying they explained that the money caters for State House and 12 other state lodges across the country. What is going on at those lodges?
No, that's why I said, I mean, it's bullshit.
It's bullshit.
It's clear bullshit. You know, Jagero, let me tell you.
Okay.
You see these people at State House. Some of them are really brainless, to be quite genuine with you. Because, I mean, you can't do this. Where we're talking about austerity measures, where IMF has been in the country for over this time, where we are struggling. People don't have schools. People don't have classrooms in schools. You are doing this kind of expenditure.
Yeah.
No. Something is really wrong with these people in State House.
Somebody
Somebody's
saying
yeah.
a father overspends in the house, but Odhiambo wants to blame the person.
The person?
The maid.
The maid. No, you can't compare apples and oranges again.
Again.
Yeah,
don't steal my words.
No, you can't. let me steal your words. You can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Money stolen was taken to Dubai, which is now being bombed.
I think your followers are just like you.
Very confused. He was all right. Odhiambo, there are financiers. Okay, that is Martha. There are financiers who disburse based on statement of expenditure. And before they do that, they throw out any ineligible expenditures. So someone remains responsible for the ineligibilities. Kanasema leo Jagero anakanyaga Odhiambo shingo vibaya sana.
It's his day, guys. Yeah. This is a tough one. Ngumu bro.
Mkati nataka chai.
Wanitumie kitu.
People's idea. Okay, people of the internet, we can leave it here, right?
Yeah.
We can leave it here. Thank you very much, people of the internet. It's always nice having you guys here. Please consider subscribing. If you have got something that you want to tell us, or if you want to come here and talk to us, you can always, reach out to me. My number is 0721168693. On that same number, you can also send some money because Serikali's idea to konja. Okay, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. Please do subscribe if you are watching and you love it. Follow us on our social media where you get all your social media dose. Odhiambo is Odhiambo, what do you do to put food on the table?
Just leave me alone. like today I'm flabbergasted.
Serikali's idea.
This is difficult to defend. Pana. Yeye kama unajaribu nasikia kichwa nasema wewe kijana wacha.
All right, people of the internet, thank you very much. Until another episode, bye for now. Hey. You work so hard. You show up every day. You do what's expected of you. But deep down, you know the truth. One paycheck shouldn't decide how your life turns out. But what if your evenings meant progress? What if your weekends built freedom? What if your laptop became more than just a screen? This isn't about quitting your job. It's about giving yourself options. While others scroll, you start building. Quietly, consistently, and on your own terms. No pressure, no guessing. Just a clear system you can run after work, before work, or whenever life gives you a turn. That's what Goldmine on hustlesafrica.com is for.